Diesel shot. Yeah, probably for like an hour. Is Britta available? Oh. I should have been streaming this whole time rather than being sad.
It is okay, darling. It's okay to be sad.
It's not coming up.
Woo! 3dition. I love what you named our stream, Lee. Masterfully done. Or should I say, matronly done.
We are showing a clean 0 viewers.
That is okay. I'm about to add one to them.
Alright, I'm just gonna punch through this and then we'll raid. I need a hit of sugar water to get through this. I'll be back.
Alright.
Oh shit, really? Like how long it's taking to boot? Oh fuck.
We're just getting started, guys. Oh, we have 4 viewers. Look at that. We are just getting started, friends, but we are tonight going to be developing the Changed Stars system, which should be super duper interesting. I'm very excited. I mean, I suppose it's kind of normal for me to be excited, but you know, I'm very excited about this. And also, Lee is a wonderful, wonderful mechanical guru. So I'm sure Lee's gonna come up with something really fun. I've seen some outlines, at least. Yeah, hey yo. I've seen some loose outlines at least laid down, but I'm very impressed so far, and I'm excited to see what comes next. La, da, da, da. Oh. Okay. Lee, are you listening? Boo, we live, girl.
Well, I don't know, but I've been told uranium ore is worth more than gold. Sold my cad, I bought me a Jeep. I got that bug and I can't sleep. Uranium fever has gone and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around.
I think at some point I'm also going to be showing off the stuff that I'm working on for the Changed Stars setting guide, which is going to be different from the system. Now, the system, of course, is something that Lee and I are going to be working on tonight, but the setting guide, I've already been working on for quite some time. I just hashed out earlier today, if you guys want to hear it, the human text, the text to describe humans in the setting. Because, so the Changed Star setting, of course, takes place after the, it's sci-fi setting, in which the human empire has just fallen to, combined Thren and Mirai forces. Now, the Human Empire was really dickish. They were doing some gross genocide shit, and the Thren and Mirai just kind of taught them what's good. So here is the human text that I just finalized tonight. Let me know what you guys think. Humans. A warlike mammalian species hailing from the ecologically devastated planet Earth. Humanity once sought to subjugate and exploit the stars, but now struggles to redeem itself to the other sentient peoples of the galaxy. Humanity stagnated in its own system and nearby ones for centuries following the invention of space travel, developing increasingly deadly means by which to eradicate themselves. This self-destructive conflict birthed the holy union of Earth's most powerful nations, forming the glorious empire of humanity. This totalitarian regime put a swift end to the species' internal squabbling, proceeding to turn its trillion-eyed face to the cosmos at large. Spreading their greedy tendrils wide, humanity encountered dozens of life-bearing planets, reseeding them with their own biomes, completely erasing untold numbers of unique life forms in the process. Those worlds humanity did not convert and destroy were forced into servitude instead, as was the case with the Vir. When humanity finally faced an ancient and peaceful spacefaring species, the Must Token, they greeted their interplanetary neighbors by unleashing a xenophage, all but completely wiping them out. Upon arriving in Mirai space, humanity attempted to conquer their people in kind, but were thwarted when they formed the Twin Sisters Coalition with the Thren. After approximately 50 years of war, humanity fell back to the Sol system, surrendering at last. Deciding to rehabilitate humanity, the sister species spent the next 50 years working with humankind in the Great Transition, which sought to render them suitable for interplanetary interactions. The shift involved re-educating vast swaths of the population, both those in the solar system and in their colonies, replacing patriarchal and warlike institutions, and reprogramming the Empire's war-leading megacomputer to serve as the director of the commune of humankind. In the process of reforming humanity, the coalition itself was restructured and reconsidered, and with humanity's rebirth, they were enveloped in the fold of the coalition, which was subsequently named the Trinity, an alliance of equal member species, each independent and pursuant of a common goal: peaceful space exploration and prosperity for all. The past half-century has been one of peace, however. Humanity continues to tug at its leash. Still the most warlike member species, humanity sees use as enforcers and aggressive negotiators wherever Thren diplomacy fails. That's my write-up so far for humans of the system, or of the setting rather. And now we're working on the system. Lee, since you're back, I'll let you take over.
Hi, friends. Let me just be sure that I sent this. Yes, I did. So, we're going to design a 4-page RPG on stream. I wound up getting ideas and going ahead and starting it anyway.
Lee, you are fantastic. Hey, Jor! How you doing?
Hi, Jor. So, the exercise and design here was to keep things simple as possible. This winds up being a close crib of the concepts behind the 0 engine at the very least. My Aliens RPG, we took it in a slightly different direction here. Important difference here being that we've tried to make the character generation even faster, and we've also, rather than the stress system, gone for a group-based grit system. Essentially, we take the Aliens RPG problem of being really low on ale health all the time by allowing you to take a hit, increasing the grit the whole group gets, which is like stress. Everyone gets it added to all their rolls. But also the hits are meant to be debilitating. Alternatively, you can hit him with the stamina and take him down. It's not a great system. It would be better if there was like one simple unified way of doing damage, but this is going to be a lot of cutting to make 4 pages of an RPG, so, or 4-page only RPG, I should say. So we're mostly just getting things down. Oh, Google now is not denying to fuck me like this. Okay, it's acting fine. Threat levels. And like we're gonna go down to like 7. This is gonna be 6. So insert roll below this. Now it's gonna be 7.
So I was here with Lee as they made the beginnings of this system, and I was very, very interested in the beginning, and I still am, of course. I really like what we've got going so far. And you just really went to town on this earlier today. You really had like a brainstorm, and I was very happy to see it all. So the grit system is very interesting to me. It's like stress in that it, it kind of gives you that gambling vibe. You can risk and then take negative or positive results if you do so, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I really like is that it raises it for the group, and I really like also the I don't know. I really like a lot of what we've got going on here. Sorry, I'm not overly articulate right now for some reason.
Okay.
Focusing all my articulation towards writing the document for the setting. And also, of course, working on the... You know what? I promised that I'd finish the derelict tiles in the tile set tonight, so I should probably work on that right now while we're doing this. I think I've had enough alcohol that I'm no longer useful for writing. That tends to happen at about a certain point in the night. Fortunately, though, after that, I can continue doing art for some time before I'm no longer useful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is too many threat levels, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jor, don't worry. Things didn't go really sideways. We just had a slight miscommunication. The guest host thought it was going to be next weekend. We were under the impression it was going to be this weekend, so we settled for the weekend after next, and we will be able to schedule our regular content there. Oh God, Lee, did we just raid someone?
No, we didn't raid anyone. Why?
Oh, I'm pressing buttons with my... What? Oh, I'm pressing buttons. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks, Stuart. We just, there was just some miscommunication. It's good because we can use the extra weeks to be ready for Traveler. We don't really play that on the channel, although I'm excited to get a good look at it.
Yeah, I've never played Traveler. I'm very excited. Sorry, I accidentally moved to another page while I was fiddling with my phone. Yeah, I'm very excited. I've been told it's kind of like Firefly the RPG somehow. Woo. Don't forget Lee, don't forget to add rules for nanite bananas.
Nanite bananas, is that Lurb? Of course,
yeah, Lurb wants us to have nanite bananas, and I'm not quite sure what the reference is, but I am very sorry for not immediately recognizing it.
And Lurb's just bananas for bananas. A potane for plantains, if you will. Alright.
Even though they're the same species, I should add that bananas and plantains have a very different flavor profile.
Oh, really?
You'd never get away with saying that to a friend. They would immediately feel insulted.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lurb, but there's actually only plantains then in Anno 1800. Hopefully that has not soured the recommendation.
Well, Jor, if you're interested in Traveler, you can stay tuned to 2 Saturdays from now. So not this coming Saturday, but the one after that. We will have a Traveler guest host, somebody who actually does an official Traveler modeling ship modeling website. Actually, has decided to group up with us, and we're going to be, showcasing their ship. And their DMing style, evidently. Yes, I find plantains to be quite acceptable myself, too. But I also like bananas. They're 2 beautiful, beautiful plants, which are technically the same species, but different breeds. Tonight's honestly just gonna be like viewer engagement this session because I'm not playing anything. I'm just watching our Twitch stream. Hi. You guys have any questions for me as a person? Or potentially Lee? Tonight's the night.
Threat level, attempting to evade, blah, 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 blah,
Blue
blah, blah,
bananas
blah, blah.
and red bananas. Blue bananas. I haven't actually seen that before. I'm gonna Google that real quick. Blue banana. This isn't like blue waffle, is it? Oh, hey, look. Wow. Those are some very, very colorful bananas. Nice. I hadn't actually seen that before. I'm very impressed. Cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
That's a threat level. Yeah, why am I even lagging on fucking Google Hangouts? I mean, not Google Hangouts, but my Google Doc. Jesus.
All of a sudden, your computer has
Skipped frames are like not in a good way.
developed some problems.
The thing is, my brother's computer actually has just developed some problems in the shit itself, so I'm kind of concerned.
Maybe it's your Wi-Fi. Have you considered that?
I mean, I have an Ethernet connection.
Oh.
And it's like intermittent.
Oh, I didn't actually hear about red bananas.
Blue bananas and red bananas.
What's their flavor profile like, Lord? Are they like significantly different in how they taste?
Red banana.
Probably would be.
Blue banana. 1 banana, 2 banana.
Hello, new viewer. We are talking about bananas and developing RPG systems.
Now I want to do items, but I want to keep this as Spartan as possible. I might have to actually scrap the concept of items.
We really do gotta be Spartan. It's true. Items.
Shooting weapons. Yeah, so weapons. Small.
Okay, Lerv, I see you. I see you. I'm not actually a huge fan of bananas either. I love plantains. But I'm also on spironolactone, which means I have to watch my my potassium intake because I store it like a crazy person. So I can't really eat that many bananas, but I'm a huge sucker for banana bread. A good banana bread with cream cheese. That's my shit. Plantain desserts. Okay. Oh yeah, no, George, don't eat the fruit by itself. Are you kidding? No, that's like eating a raw potato. It's terrible. Don't do that. Just fry it and eat it with sour cream and black beans.
Sour cream?
And some scallions. Oh yeah, that's how you eat plantains, Lee.
I've never had a plantain, to be fair.
How do you eat? They're savory. Plantains are savory.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really 100% sure what the word savory means.
It means umami. It means salty.
Oh, I do like salty things.
Weapons
are...
Lee, just think about a salty banana. Is your mouth watering? Because it should be. Watering. I'm such a Philadelphian. Where do you go to the grocer that you get red bananas on the regular? Because I've never seen them in the grocery store. I've only seen them in for instance, my local Korean grocer sells them, I think.
Strike weapons, shoot weapons. Yeah,
I've never seen them like standard grocery stores. But of course, I go to the Korean grocery store like every week because it's the only place I can get decent price on Napa cabbage and bok choy, and I eat enough bok choy and Napa cabbage to, you know, go there every week. So, yes, I think this is honestly a group of people who know red bananas exist but have never purchased them. which is not to say that I've purchased everything that I've eaten, because I have been known to receive food from friends. And also steel. But you know, in terms of service. Steel as in get good bargains! Ha! I would never condone any illegal activities. Definitely not. I'm a good patriot of the... wait, what country do we live in again?
You should cherish your ignorance on that one.
I'm gonna Google what country I'm from. Apparently there's a quiz that could tell me. I'm gonna take it. What nationality is your spirit? And then it's got some racist cartoons. Okay.
Requires a control.
Where's the quiz? Let's start.
Yay. Alright.
It's Friday. How do you wish you spent your weekend? There's this happy woman looking up at some flowers. There's balloons. There's a very large table. Some guy eating corn chips.
This will ideally be put into... Now, is my fucking InDesign going to open for me yet? I had to reset my password earlier. Now, we're going dangerously far into the 4th page, but InDesign is popping open here. We're going to have some options in terms of how we arrange it. But, you know, you can get a lot into update terms of use, blah, 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 continue, okay, blah, I don't give a shit, thank you. So we'll get InDesign fired up. A shoot weapon, just to give an example. A weapon tag, heavy. Honestly. Strike weapon. Stun. One set. We'd love to see it. Shoot weapons. Heavy.
Apparently I'm Italian. It's been resolved. Yes, Jor. We should all get diverse, non-standard bananas next time we go out.
Any attack from this weapon does suppressing fire.
We shall make the cult of the banana.
Is also
I should slow down on the drink.
To the scene's structure. Right, because I have not anatomy of a scene. Because anatomy of a scene. And change stars.
Yes.
Environment matters.
We've been a thing for a year.
Every scene requires structure and yeah, it is. We should do a dual event. I'll have to think about that. Every scene requires a structure. Every scene has a structure.
I've never tried banana beer. What? That is interesting to me. Wait, we're not sharing image, are we?
The only image that's on the stream is my current screen.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Breaks the X is the GDoc.
We don't have to. I'm just asking.
Crisis, shoot weapons, heavy.
But yeah, no, I can't imagine what banana beer would be like. So, do they make it with banana instead of like the wheat or like barley or whatever you make normal, the malt that you make normal beer out of? Or is it like banana flavored beer, like regular beer made out of the mash of wheat stuff? God, I've made beer before, but I literally forget what beer is made of. It's some sort of grain. Is it wheat only? It's brewed from cereal grains, mostly malted barley. Okay, I've done wheat malt and barley malt, but so I guess I just assumed it was those. But yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, yeah. So I imagine because bananas are a fruit, if you were to brew an alcoholic beverage from bananas, that would be a wine, no? It's such a weird concept. But they're also super starchy. So maybe it would be a beer. Interesting. I'm sure the Thren have figured this out. They're frugivores. Mostly.
I mean, if I decide to include it into the class system, range might not matter in this. Yeah, so structure and move. Food stat. Whether it's a spaceship or crystal. Iron, you can up or and get creepier. Archer and mood are largely treated as damage. Damage fools, all the
I'm gonna go back to working on the tile set.
If it happens, the scene itself makes a structure test to see if it collapses. When the NY itself is inducing stress in those present, they must make a on the second day I made the top, and I'm telling you, Steve, I was ready to stop. The only clicking that I heard that day was the bones in my back that had gone astray.
Okay. This might be easier than I thought, or harder than I thought, depending on how I'm interpreting this. So while he's doing this, I'm wrapping up the Megacorps Marines and Monsters tile set, doing the last couple things I need to do from the Derelict, which is, right now I'm working on the platform that the engineer slash space jockey's satellite dish, or telescope dish thing, rests, the throne of the Derelict. Right now I'm making that big round platformy thing, and then when I finish this, I'm going to do the telescope. But I don't know if I'll finish this on stream. It's going to take me a hot minute. Round shapes are the most difficult thing to do in pixel art. And sadly, the Derelict has a lot of those. They don't have any regular curvatures. I think I can actually basically just go ahead and not worry about that center area.
The environment itself is inducing stress in those. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to call it move, I'm going to call it threat. Hostility.
I'm really hoping that I can release this tile set this week, because I'm going to be going on it. I'm going to be interviewed right before our Friday Freistad stream, and it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that I can get this out and you know, quote unquote shill for it at that time. It would be optimal. It's gonna be this coming this Friday. If you guys want to tune in, it'll be starting at 6. And you can find whatever channel it is on my Twitch or Twitter feed. I'm really bad with names, guys. I'm like the worst. I could literally look it up, though. I don't know why I'm not doing it, except that I'm working. I can get a one-track mind when I work.
In engineered environments. Threat level heavy. Yeah, shoot weapons. Man, why am I getting this massive lag on the type and the scroll sometimes and then not all others? Is it the roll 20? I'm exiting out of that roll 20 and hoping it is.
Herb, do you need a biohazard sign? I could just give you one of those. I could make one. Do you want one? You're a really common follower. I feel like, you know, a handout. Handout to the crew would not go unwarranted. Or would not be unwarranted. And let me tell you guys what the interviewing Twitch channel is. I mean, mostly it's just gonna be like a you know, Twitch streamers supporting Twitch streamers kind of deal. But boo. Let me see. Notifications. It is the person that contacted me about this opportunity was Cyto. CYTO on Twitter. Here it is, the T of tabletop. The T of tabletop. And they are going to be doing a grouping of, you know, they're going to be showcasing Twitch streamers on their channel, asking questions, you know, figuring out, you know, what we all do, talking about our experiences, that sort of thing. It's going to be fun, hopefully. Oh, you have to make it in-game. That's pretty lame. Sorry, Lerb.
Oh, yeah, Lurb's been playing
I do
Animal
not
Crossing.
know how. Yeah, I do not know how to Animal Cross. I don't think I have the right programs or whatever. I also don't know anything about video games, so I'm totally, you know,
It's a
talking
Nintendo
out of my
Switch
ass.
game.
Everybody on my Facebook talks about it. That's the extent of my knowledge.
It came out like right at the beginning of quarantine.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, shoot. Damage and breaking.
Yes, the TEA of tabletop. If I don't follow them, I probably should. I'll be honest, I haven't actually checked to see if I follow them already. Oh god, I'm terrible. Guys, I'm just the worst. I'm just in general the worst. I'm so sorry. Okay, so the hashtag hasn't been extremely overemployed. Let me Google it. The Tina Tabletop. Mentioned a couple times on Twitter.
The highest.
And that's it. Awesome.
With the highest move or order on either side. Contests. . classes.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. The Twitch channel is MILADYCYTO, My Lady Saito. That's what I'm going to be doing this coming Friday, before our Friday Flash Dad Twitch stream.
This coming Friday is going to be High Road.
Oh yeah, sorry, we're doing High Road this Friday.
Hey, old buddy. Yeah, we're working on the D6 system resolution. Stealing from red knight, the combatant with the highest move or order on either side contests the. Right.
No, don't worry, Jorah. I'm sure they're good people. I'm gonna go ahead and follow them myself. I probably already do. I can't imagine I wouldn't have already done so. I'm just being silly here. There we are. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I already followed them. Amazing.
Defend their friends. Use 2 skills to do so. 2 different hint skill tests. No, one may shoot the enemy and move their bullets.
This this system is probably a little bit battle focused, but I think the way we're doing this is not so much that it's focused on battles, but rather scenes.
Yeah, so like the fights are not meant to like literally it's supposed to be simultaneous resolution. Allow me to open up the Roll20 and hope that this wasn't the problem and I can show you what I mean. So like let's say that there are like 3 people in the site, 2 party members and an enemy. Game load. It's not listening to me. The emphasis is on a cinematic rising tension. So like the primary mechanic here that drives the action, aside from like the primary resolution loop, is grit. It's a D6 system, right, where you add your stat and your skill to determine how many D6s you roll. But every time you take a hit through failure, it hurts you and fucks you up in a way, but grit goes up for the whole party. And every point of grit adds to every single roll you make. But you reach a crisis point once the party has a certain amount of grit, and a crisis triggers. You regenerate your calling card, which is like your big marquee ability. It's not rolled, it's like an unblockable thing you just do. And everyone regains 1 stamina, which is basically HP. Stamina's pretty low. And yeah, anytime a character takes a hit, they are automatically broken, which is normally what happens when your HP or stamina gets worn down. So it's a very rapid resolution system. Just come back to the original example. You know, let's say we have adult news guy. We'll say they've got like, you know, a move for a total move roll probably more like 6. A total shoot roll after their gun of more like 8. Similarly, we'll say there's going to be Jack and there's going to be Diane. Who's going to have a, what did I call a healing skill? Care. Alright. So Jack is going to have care total of 5, a shoot total of 6. Diane is going to have a move total of 4, a shoot total of 6. So, what happens here, right, is that the news guy wins initiative and elects to go first. They're gonna roll 6. No, fuck. They're gonna roll 6d6 and score 2 successes and 1 chance because they got a 5. They're gonna spend the stamina necessary to activate that from a chance to a success. So they got 3 successes. They're dedicating all of them to not getting hit. Similarly, they're going to pump out 8d6 on their attack. Oh, they got a lot of 5s. So they could have up to 5 successes shooting their enemy. However, we'll say the news guy has a total stamina pool of 6. How much are they willing to spend? We'll say 2 more to win this fight. Because, again, this fight, they're not going to roll again this fight. And they're going to decide they just want to shoot Diane. I might change this resolution, have it be both sides roll, and then one side allocates and the other side allocates. When we tested Red Knight with that, people had mixed feelings on it. Point is, we're over to the players now, and the 2 skills that Jack has chosen are Care and Shoot. Care is for defending himself and his friends because it's the medical skill, and Shoot is for killing the news guy. So, he's going to roll. He's going to get a singular 5. Now, Jack doesn't have much stamina, but he chooses to not spend the stamina, and he is going to instead roll the Care, and he's going to have 1 to heal Diana with, and Diane, we're going to see how things are for her, because they're going to simultaneously allocate. So she's going to so she's moving, she knows he's got a success, so she's going to spend 1 of her stamina to not get hit. Because losing stamina happens when you get hit, but you can also take the hit and get damaged, and she doesn't want that shit to happen to her. So they meet the successes coming in on her, and she doesn't get hit. But now she also rolls her Shoot. And here we see 2 successes. Not enough to punch through. So basically, the adult news guy moves faster, nicks Diana. Jack bandages her up in the fight, and the result here is a tie, more or less. The adult news guy, if the adult news guy was assaulting them, he hasn't taken their ground. If not, vice versa. The fight is over. The news guy withdraws into a room or does something else. Generally speaking, whoever pumps out the more successes downrange, even if they don't kill the enemy, is considered to win and take the ground. There's things that players can do to force an encounter to continue longer, but generally speaking, that is the intended modus operandi.
Interesting. So and it's a 1-round combat?
Yeah, and a similar situation could be let's say there's Senator 1 and Senator 2, and there's PC 1 and PC 2.
Interesting.
And let's look at Care, Order, Endure. And, the heart skills, if you will, Care, Order, Endure. Let's say that PC 1 is going to say, I used Detect to see through the lies of the Jedi. And also, I'm going to use Care to show them that I have feelings. I don't know. They're not too heartful. So they're leaning on that brain.
Are these senators human senators from some backwater that's trying to be a separatist organization?
Perchance, indeed.
There you go.
Endure 6, Order 6, and Care 6. Detect 4, and PC 2 is just gonna go Order 7 and Endure 5. So they're also in a scene, right? They are in the government dome, right? Government dome is the scene. It has a structure value. It's 7. It's a pretty hardy dome. It would take a lot of heavy weapons fire and shit to blow it apart. Similarly, it has a mood. The higher the mood, the higher the threat level. Right now, to the beginning, the mood is 1. But then they walk in, and one of the senators says, we must secede. And then we're like, ah! And the mood is now 2. Oh, shit. That's the base level for survive and endure tests. The threat level coming at them. So, to keep their cool as they're coming out here to testify, the PCs are going to have to roll endure perfectly separate from the encounter itself. That's a success and 2 chances. The mood is all the way up to 2. They need 2 successes to pass this. So PC2 elects to take 3 from their 4 stamina pool. They are at 3 of 4 stamina going into this. Now, PC1 also going to roll and endure. And they nail the 2 successes. Their buddy could have dipped in, got, because it was a group test, they can do the Aliens RPG thing where they can share their successes with their buddies if they need to. So if need be, PC2 could have covered PC1. But now, everyone's looking at each other real slick, and the initiative.
Yeah, I'm asking the group what PCs are named in this scenario.
The initiative roll-off happens. Highest order to highest order. Senator 1 gets 0 successes. PCs win a tie, but we'll roll just for posterity's sake. PC gets 1 success, so the PCs get to go. And the PCs say they want the enemy to roll and allocate first. So Senators 1 and 2 come out here, and there's a raucous crowd, so the mood too is going to modulate in their favor, because they're not trying to convince the players, they're trying to convince the assembled humans that, enough is enough, and we can totally take the Trinity, guys, come on. This definitely isn't a plot by some news guy to make some fast money and then get us all killed. And, so the Senator is going to say, you must fight back, and they're going to roll their order. Doesn't really work out for them. They're then going to roll their endure to defend their conviction. They get 1 success with a chance. They're going to pop the stamina on that. So they choose to use their endure to guard themselves. I don't know if endure will be a skill that I let people pass things out on, but let's say that we do. It rubs off on Senator 2, the endurance of the first Senator.
Lee, the PCs are Alice and Bob, and I'm just going to go ahead and say Bob fits the definition for a Thren name, so Bob is a Thren.
Amazing. Bob of the Thren.
B-O-H-B.
B-O-H-B. Bob. So they allocate. The Senator 2 is going to be like, you must think of the people who have not been properly cared for. And they're going to use care, which is also the healing skill, to try and, bring people over to their side. They get a single success. Now, in this instance, they're not pumping the damage. They're not pumping the successes onto enemy targets. They're pumping it onto the room. And because the room's mood is already 2, they're actually putting it into a... 3 successes are now necessary for the players to win this encounter. And then they're going to use detect to try and look through the shady rhetorical tools of Bob and Alice. They're going to get 1. They're going to get 1. And they are going to put that probably onto themselves. Because we imagine that the players could choose to make a slanderous attack in this encounter if they wanted to. Wouldn't make sense in terms of swaying the room, but if they had an objective that related to fucking with Senator 1 or 2 later, it might be worth it to go after them personally. Additionally, it could, at the game matron's discretion, impact the mood in the room. So they don't want to get caught lacking. Alice makes a detect 6. She is going to pump out 4 successes. Now, this is her... we'll say that this is actually going to be her offensive skill. She's trying to see through the lies of the Senators. So, in theory, if we let her attack with it, she would have just personally wiped out the mood in the government dome. However, let's say the situation is a little more complicated than that, and she instead throws these as hits at Senator 1 for some reason. Something about his bullshit he said isn't stacking up. Similarly, she has 1 left, and she is going to put it towards winning the argument. Our boy Bob the Thren is going to make an order roll and say, you must think of the Trinity in your larger role. They only score 1 success, but they've got 2 chances. They're at 3 or 4 stamina already, but they're going ham. So they are going to actually go down to 1/4 stamina. And they are going to pump out 2 successes. Because they just want to be really sure. Really fucking sure that they win this. And that crushes the mood in the room and these people's plots. Now, Bob the Thren is vulnerable, but Senator 1 has also been taken down a peg, and he's taken a wound. Let's pretend there's a D4 take a hit table. So we'll say that he had actually 3 stamina. No, he had 3 stamina. No, he had 4 stamina, but he had 5. Whatever. Point is, he had an amount of stamina, But when
Okay.
what happens is this pushes through and breaks their fucking they suffer a loss of, where the fuck is this? Hold on. They've got a broken heart now, and their stamina max is set to 1. So regardless of what it was before, their stamina max is now 1. And the hit is some sort of, and they are demoralized.
My achy breaky heart.
Cannot order or endure. So those are 2 key skills at Senator 1's disposal that they can't even use because they become demoralized. That hit's not going to be easy to get rid of. Maybe Senator 2 is going to hit him with some aftercare afterwards. But also key to remember, 1 stamina is not a hard person to kill because you're shooting at the same stamina no matter what. And now Bob the Thren, however, is also at 1/4. So if we put Bob the Thren into an encounter with like a human separatist assassin, 2 human separatist assassins, right?
Oof. Oh no, Bob's gonna die. Yo, Bob! No! I care so much about this named PC now. What have you done, Lee?
I can't spell separatist to save my life. Fuck it. You know, the mood in the room has gone down to 0, so there's nothing to endure here, but the structure is 7. Both of these 2 are going to be firing with heavy weapons. That means that both of their attacks are going to be suppressing. That's going to bring their shoot up to a total of 9 for both of them. And I think that suppressing... So normally suppressing fire makes you run out of ammo. I don't actually have it written down yet. I should probably... Yeah, just have it existing to shoot weapons. Clashes. Violent clashes. When suppressing with shoot. Shoot. Of course, this will have to be laid out a lot better to get this down to 4 pages. We're pushing over already. But we also are doing it in the... Did I not open up InDesign? I did that at the beginning of the stream, right?
I do not know what the hell you have open.
And suppressing with shoot. Yeah, enemy. Must make an endure test or become... This is going to be a lot of subsequent tests if we make it an endure test. That's not very elegant. The enemy... I feel like something that targets the heart makes sense, but suppressing with shoot. The enemy. And it's simultaneous resolution, so we can't say that it takes away an option from them. Test or takes the suppressed hit. Makes a threat level 1 endure test or takes the suppressed hit. So that is like if someone just shooting at you, you might lose a stamina from that threat level 1 hit if you just lose the endure test. Even if they miss you. When suppressing.
Oh
shoot.
shit.
However, heavy weapons, in addition to always suppressing, also deal structure damage in every other success.
Oh my god, Lee! Jor redeemed a dangerous to go alone for Bob the Thren.
Oh my god, a dangerous to go alone. Now, one moment. We'll assume that they're pumping it all into this.
Oh, and also Alice! Oh my goodness, our PCs are saved. Maybe.
They're gonna need it. They're gonna need it because SA2 is SA2 is pumping out 2 successes, and they're gonna push the stamina. Yeah, all right. So this is 6.
Actually, I think Bob is listed as one of the options that one can take for a Mirai name too. It looks like Bob is like a universal constant among names, as fitting all the conventions of Thran, Mirai, and humans. Fantastic.
So after the first barrage is done, the Separatists have reduced the structure on the government dome to a 4 out of 7. Additionally, for the moment, we'll say that like firing heavy weapons precludes using a second skill.
What Rule 20 are you in, Lee? I'm gonna jack this shit.
It's a different. I'll send you the invite.
You better, baby. You better. Amazing.
So, but let's imagine that Alice and Bob the Thren both had the same general idea. They should move 5, move 4, and let's say dangerous to go alone. A fruit truck with several colors of banana flies out into the street at the same time.
And some Implowats.
So that environmental is going to give them like each just a success off the bat. Thanks to the dangers to go alone. Bob is going to roll his 5. He has 1 stamina left. He will literally become broken on he'd have to like immobilize himself to push this. He doesn't have the stamina reserves left. So he's going to have to deal with getting none and hope that Alice can use her move to cover his ass. Unfortunately, Alice has her own ass to worry about.
The misspelled assassin also got a dangerous to go alone. Thanks, Lerb.
Amazing. We'll have to see how that goes. So we have the 5 and the 6.
I'm so scared for Bob.
Hold on, this wasn't an attack, right? Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. So they popped out their 5. They had the 6 from that. Okay. So Alice is eating a hit. That puts her to. We'll say that Bob was wearing body armor that had a shield of 2. So his armor's popped, but he's alive. But actually, armor. So he still left at 0 stamina, but he doesn't wind up broken because armor doesn't stop you from losing stamina; it just stops you from becoming broken.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can still get beat up while you're wearing it, but you won't like die until it's popped off. Yeah, nice. Alice, on the other hand, 6 incoming, 2 defending her. 1 gets through, and she's taking fatal damage. So she's got hit, bleeding, hit gunshot wound.
Alice!
If Alice does anything, but Alice must roll survive to move. Or take 1 stamina damage. So like, you know, she's bleeding out, and unless that gets like taken care of, she's gonna continue to bleed from her gunshot wound. If that had broken her, she could have died because it's fatal damage. Yeah, so our heroes here are in a bad way. And which one of these assassins did have dangerous to go alone? Was it 1 or 2?
The misspelled one.
Misspelled assassin. Separatist, the one who doesn't have separatist spelled right. All right, yeah. So the fight is this encounter has transpired, right? Neither Bob nor Alice, I guess. Actually, yeah, neither Bob nor Alice. Actually, yeah, we'll say that they have like guns that they shoot, just not very well. Oh, but Bob actually winds up shooting pretty well and pumping some damage onto SA2. Their stamina is down to 4 of 6. And that is that encounter. So, like, what happened is, like, they're on the street. The assassins pop out with their heavy weapons. They've got, like, miniguns or some shit. They shoot up the street. Fruit is everywhere. The driver is probably crashed. And Bob and Alice are now just, like, in the street. And some assassins have tried to kill them. And where are they going to go? What are they going to do, you know? And they're still in the government dome. So they're like, oh god, we need to get to the spaceport, but you know, it's over here. We need to do so without being detected. We're gonna roll maneuver on a and they've got like some good sophisticated means of targeting them in the city. So they have a threat level 2 move. We have a 4 and a 5, so they're trying to get 2 successes between the two for each of them. So that's 4. Alice gets 1 success. That's not enough for a threat level 2. And Bob gets none, and he doesn't have the stamina to press on. And he couldn't even want to do that 0. She has the stamina, but she can't activate his. So they get caught. They get caught. They see the enemies coming on them. But this isn't all part of one combat. So, they decide to duck into a local building. And let's say Alice is a prole. And her calling card is sealed tight. Permanently close or open any door. Any mechanical door. Any door. Mm-hmm. And she's not at a crisis yet. Oh, by the way, one of them has taken a hit, so they're grit. They've got a grit. Because Alice took a hit.
Just one, right?
So all their rolls should have been +1, actually. So I'm going to roll. That's a 1 for... but that's an extra success. That's an extra success. So that's enough for Alice to, like Bob is detected. Actually, Alice gives both of her successes to Bob. Because Alice is bleeding. Alice is bleeding out all over the place. And because she didn't... Alice is actually going to have to roll survive to see if she bleeds out a little. She doesn't. It's a threat level 1 right now, so she's only gonna. She manages to power through the bleeding. She has a 4, but she gets +1 for the grit. So they're bleeding out. They've just popped into this random store, and Alice whips out a welder and just has sealed the door behind them. And it's 2+ party people. So the crisis point for those keeping track at home, the crisis point will occur at 4 grit. That's when that's when some real sudden death shit happens.
Jor asks if Bob can't just push it like salt and pepper.
What are they pushing?
Jor wants to know if Bob can't push that roll. So do we have a pushing mechanic?
Yeah. He can exceed.
Exceed, that's it.
Exceed and suffer an additional effect. Let me be sure that I know what it is. Every test automatically exceeds in the ultimate crisis. Cannot exceed. So if they're broken along that axis, they can't exceed, but neither of them are broken yet. Exceeding allows them to re-roll the test at the cost of 1 stamina. You have to be able to spend stamina. Bob has no stamina to spend.
Oh, I see.
Bob is out of stamina to push with. Alice could exceed, although I believe it's in here that if you exceed and fail, you will have consequences for failure. Additional level not worth of damage usually. So, you take more damage from something, or something worse happens if you exceed and fail. So, you're getting the reroll, but you're hiding the tension and spending a resource.
Yeah.
So, they're hiding out. They're still in the government dome. And the government dome now has, things falling from the rafters, and, there's gas and stuff erupting. And people are, running around scared because there's been violence. The mood is escalated to at least a 1. And they get detected. They see the blood. They're going to try and heal. We'll say that they would have a 4, but they're going to have a 5 to the grit. And they manage to patch Alice's wound, and she is no longer hit. They might have had to spend a med kit or something to do that. We'll see. But for now, we'll just say they get rid of the hit. It doesn't get rid of the grit, but it has gotten rid of the hit.
Hey, learn.
But now, the Separatist assassins have closed in and found them. So that's an initial volley. This Separatist is also going to go down to 4 of 6 to make 2 of these hit. This other Separatist assassin is going to... And we assume that the Separatist assassins win the initiative. They're also going to pump out the 5. In fact, they're going to pump out both 5s. They're playing Paris. They're all the way down to 2 of 6 stamina. And they're going to pump 3 and 3 again. and that will again reduce the structure of the government dome by 3. So it is 1 of 7. They're willing to take down this entire hab, this entire government dome to fucking kill these people. As they just like blow through all these walls and some decompression shit is happening.
Yo, this is mad cinematic.
They're rolling 1 more on each for their maneuvers. Oh shit! But even with the grit, Yo,
this is just a base ass playtest. But damn, I'm feeling some shit for
Alice
this.
is gonna push this. He's gonna take this chance for a stamina to get hurt slightly less. Although it ultimately winds up being basically the same cost for her as she goes down to 1 of 6 from the fire. And she's going to shoot back. Would be a 4, is going to be a 5. And you know what? They shoot and allocate second. And she is going to put 1 of her hits onto this government assassin. And that's a 1 of 6. And can she go down to the 0 stamina without... She doesn't have a heft defense shield, so if she went down to 0 stamina, she'd become broken. She'd become broken. What does heft broken mean? Broken heft. Any hit is fatal. Oh shit!
Oh man!
Is she gonna risk it? Is she in half all of her heft rolls? You know, she's going for broke. She's going for. Actually, wait, no. She gets 1 hit on this. Yes, because. Alright, so she puts this government assassin down to 0 of 6. We assume they're wearing, like, some light armor. That pops for the shield.
Lamp Creative is rating with a party of 5! Let's go!
Yo, Lamp Creative. They go with it. Alice goes down to 0 of 6, right? We're doing some very, very simple whiteboarding right now. Pump the damage. Separatist assassin to... They broke the shield, and then they broke it, and then a gunshot wound sends them down. They're in bleed out. That's a fatal damage from a gun. Alice has taken down 1 of the assassins. She's not wielding a heavy weapon, so she got to do both her move and that, and she's making her shots. Bob the Thren still alive thanks to that body armor. Actually, wait, no, shit. Bob the Thren, rolling, he would have 5. He has 6 from that. Okay, he's got 6. He doesn't have the stamina to spend on a reroll or making that chance of success. And Alice has used her calling card. But does Bob have a relevant calling card here? Or is it like a social thing? I think Bob the Thren's calling card isn't relevant here, so he's actually going to take a fatal hit, and he is down, and he is heft broken. He is actually no. We're gonna roll, and we're gonna see if it's odds. He's gonna be hands broken, evens heft. So that's an even. He's gonna be heft broken. That means any hit is fatal now. He's broken. He's half roll on anything to do with heft, which would be like striking or anything. And so this is the encounter is done, and like the assassins have like clearly like won by putting out more damage, but one of the assassins is down. The assassin leaves their compatriot behind to their fate. They cannot fail the mission.
Yeah, typical human separatist behavior.
So, like, they shot from across the street or something. So we'll say there's, like, a break here in encounters because it's just a one and done for who's won and lost. Like, Alice and Bob have, like, tumbled down some stairs and shit. The door is still sealed. Alice still used her calling cord to seal that door. And Bob has taken a hit. He's in bleed out. So that is up to 2 grit. The party has 2 grit. Alice is going to make a heal roll with even more than before. A care roll, actually, with even more than before. Yeah, so she's going to have 6 rather than 4. And she's going to have the 6. We're going to say she's got something to help her. And that's going to put Bob back up to a 1 of 4. And she's going to, like, inject something that gives her her full stamina back. And she's back at the 6 of 6. He's at 1 of 4. And they're near the spaceport. Well, the government habs at 1 of 7. Every other damage deals damage to structure habs from the heavy weapons. They can't trust the separate assassin if they don't find them again. Won't open up again. Now, thankfully, he's not hands broken, because if he was, that would be having his move, but it's not. So they can walk, but he's like fucked up. He's like holding his chest. Alice is helping him. They're rolling their move again to not get detected. Oh wait, I'm rolling d4s. I'm an idiot. All right. Oh shit. She's gonna spend literally. Well, we're gonna see what he gets. 5 and then 6, 7. So he gets 1. He doesn't have the stamina to spend. So she spends 3 of her stamina. She goes down to half stamina to, like, you know, get him through with his wounded hustle to not be spotted. Pat, did I send you the invite link, by the way?
You did not.
Let me find you.
I was gonna add some pictures and shit.
And like, there's just like so much. There's so much bloodshed, but they managed to escape the final assassin and reach the ship. And we're gonna say Bob is a pilot, and Bob's calling card is actually "Get me out of here." And Bob can instantaneously engage in a spaceship maneuver. So Bob takes off, and he's now his scene. He's between scenes. The other scene here, right, is actually the Trespasser, which is the name of their ship. It's got a structure.
Make me GM.
Of 5. That's I'm gonna have to like get out on this other computer one moment. And the mood in their ship is a little bit not great as they spill their blood all over it. So you know, we'll say that becomes a mood 1 situation. Bob plays his calling card and gets them out of there instantaneously, so the separate assassin doesn't get a chance to shoot them, and they pop off and they are free. And that's sort of an example of how, like, yeah, like the fight kept on, like it wasn't just a one and done roll, but you can see how with a full party against a lot of people using weapons and like combat relevant calling cards, like it could be one and done. But like one side loses, one side wins, someone gains ground, someone's forced to retreat, and the situation keeps evolving. And that is really the vibe we're going for here. Hello, Raiders. We've got a 4-page RPG here. They wouldn't take your card to Patreon you. Oh no, that's terrible. What? We also have a direct donate button, but yeah, I mean the Patreon is great. So we want to get you on Pat's Patreon. We can figure that out with
Lamp, you. I'll fix my Patreon somehow.
Hit us up on Twitter if you're having any and all issues with that. We will work to get you. Goodness. I'm searching for the rules for my new project, and I'm frustrated that I can't find the stuff. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I try and keep my Google Docs pretty well sanitized for precisely a similar concern. It's
Let me know when you've GM'd me on the page.
Yes. So you guys should get a taste for what the flow promote to GM, like the flow of the system more or less. Obviously, some things we need some fine tuning. I wasn't in love with people running out of stamina like that. I didn't actually make their characters according to the rules of the game. I sort of ad hoc that. So you might wind up with slightly higher or lower numbers, but the number should be a little bit higher than Alien RPG. And yeah, heavy weapons.
Okay, we're gonna fix this audio problem.
No,
I don't have any new songs. Oh wait, I have zombie next songs.
Need to reload. I think I'm gonna make suppressing fire something that can be done by like any shoot weapon really. That doesn't hold anything that isn't a holdout. Actually, yeah, anything is not. Oh, just say it's like basically shooting recklessly. We'll let any of them do it. That's simplest. Violent clashes. When so rather than the when using suppressing fire with shoot. Boot, no other test can be done by the shooter. Here, every other damage is dealt to the structure of the scene.
No, we don't have the right C's that are.
Okay. Every other damage is dealt to the structure of the scene. Damage can be parceled out between multiple targets and and targets in full cover may also be attacked. Yeah, why is these a one type? As a heart attack. So it's like striking them in their ability to endure. Alright. Adobe, why are you forcing me to log in on stream? This isn't cool, Adobe. I'll move you over here. I swear they fuck you around so much, people who won't charge a goddamn subscription for this shit. What? No. Fuck you. I'm not turning on two-step verification. Get out of here.
Actually, I think I want a different token for bot. Where's that really cute though that I made? The ones not finding him.
That being said, we have been streaming for like almost an hour and a half. I got a tech issue that I have to go take care of, and some other stuff's been going on this weekend, so we might call it here. But thank you everyone for coming out and getting a sampler. This document is not really a playable game at the moment. It's more of a concept. It will be linked in our Discord, in one of the Diesel content channels, and comment it's enabled. You can come, you can comment, you can ask questions, you can check it out. If you exclamation mark links, you'll see all the stuff we've got. So Jor, like right now it's theater of the mind enough that I don't know if there is going to be movement, but it might like maybe lock down their ability to use move to defend themselves. So that is something to consider. Like the skill choice I think might be done secret and then have an interaction. But I'm gonna try and keep it simple.
I'm a fan of movement, personally.
But yeah, thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you so much for the raid, and we definitely want to get you in on Patch Patreon because it is so great. No problem, Jua. Thank you for coming out. Is there anything, Pat? Do I not have your Patreon in the link?
I don't know that you have my Patreon linked in the links, but you know.
Is it on your Twitter?
It's on my Twitter for sure. I've also just done a really poor job of updating my Patreon regularly, so I should honestly spend some time tonight and fix it up and make sure it's pretty looking for y'all.
However, I can drop for you guys the link to it. Hopefully we can get everything sorted for the payment. Thank you everyone for coming out. We love to engage with you. Please do come by the Discord. And yeah, I'll be sure to post this up right after. We are going to throw you guys over to Captain Robert. So, as always, we are very courteous and friendly chat members, as you all are. I know Lamp Creative and the gang are. I know my players are. I'm just training myself so that one day when we have a lot of chatters, I remember to give this just to be a good tabletop neighbor. Thank you everyone who does stick around after the raid, but of course I understand if you don't. And thank you for all the raiders who came out and got to taste the community. Lamp Creative, love to see it. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling, Lamp. But yeah, we'll see you guys on the far side. Hold on, wait a minute. This channel has follower or subscriber only chat? Huh?
Wait, what?